What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy GLW, man. Back with another video, man. This video gonna be on hooking points, man. And this is a very important thing, man. Y'all know I made a video a long time ago talking about you got small talk, you got big talk, and then you got the chessboard analogy in the middle, which is flirting, teasing. It's every gambit, whatever neg, push, pull, compliance, test. I mean, all those good things, right? I always say lead every interaction with flirtation, but I also want to chime in on this topic called hooking points. I call it HP, kind of like a laptop. Hooking points stand for HP. Y'all know HP could also be a laptop. It's a certain type of brand. And if you think about it, it's a beautiful analogy because the mind is like a screen, right? Like of a laptop. So when I'm on my laptop, there's many different websites or many different YouTube videos that I might be have my attention, right? So hooking point is all about attention, right? So if you could get a woman's attention, then you basically have her hooked, right? So that's what that is comparing to. Now, I came up with something called the February method when I first started this channel. But I'm gonna add one letter to it, which is T, because the tone of voice, like mine right now, is very bad because I've been asleep all day. So y'all can, subconsciously, y'all might not even been conscious of it until I just said it, but y'all might be like, yo, why do I feel bored when I watch his videos? But it could be my voice a lot of time, right? So if I start adding some more enthusiasm to my voice, what y'all will notice is y'all will start to actually give a fuck more about the video. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So when you're talking to women, right, it's the same thing, right? You want to lead with interest. You want to show that you're interested, not only in her, but as in life in general. So it's good to know your own hooking points, right? Your own HPs, and just day by day, kind of examine your hobbies, activities, events, and things that take your interest. Like for me, y'all hear me talk a lot about vegetarian, Trader Joe's, working out, thinking smarter, philosophies, game, you know what I'm saying? Even spirituality from time to time. Y'all hear me? Y'all could get a good synopsis for the topics that catch my interest. Now, why do I add T to the February method, which is FEB, right? Because T stands for tone of voice, but the February method is FEB, Feb. So that would be facial acuity, energy acuity, and emotional acuity, which is just kind of like, I'm gonna say the last one, body language acuity. So you got these three acuities: facial, energy or emotion, and then body. So if I'm talking to a woman and I bring up the fact that, hey, you like to read books, like you into books, and then I notice I could either, with my observation skills, I'm either going to notice one of the three things or four things. Either her tone of voice is going to elevate, yeah, I like to read books, or her facial acuity is going to give it away because she's going to smile or something on her face is going to show me that, you know what, even though she's trying to act all coy and shit, I could tell she really do like to read books. And then that's going to make me expand on that topic. Now, the other one is emotional and energy. So sometimes people have a poker face on and you really can't read that shit. So you have to, I tend to look at an emotional chart almost every other day just to read my own emotions and shit. But it helps me with energy acuity because a lot of people can hide, especially if a female don't want you to know that she likes you or interested in you, then it's a wrap, right? So what you have to do is you have to be able to guess. It becomes a guessing game at that point. And I also want to add that energy transfers into verbal communication. So even with YouTube, I found like it used to be hard for me to make videos. But when I look at the emotional chart and I find out where I'm at energetically, it helps me to manage my energy, which I can now transmute that energy into content, which is the same thing you're doing when you're talking to a woman. So if I tell a female, like, hey, look, like, you like to read books, and she's not giving me a lot of energy, right? then I can look at the facial, the tone, the energy, or the emotion, or I could look at the body language. So maybe her feet are pointing towards me. Maybe, her eyes, this is facial acuity, but her eyes are, you can look at someone's eyes. You could look at, and before I even was conscious of this game, I would do this and just, I got a very good tune. A lot of y'all do, because if you're raised by women, I was raised by my mom and my sister. You naturally have a tendency to read the room. You can feel energy. A lot of y'all are empathetic. So that could work against you, but in this game, it could also be a benefit if you know how to manage that. So basically, what I'm trying to say is hooking points, bro. Listen, HP, right? So when I'm talking to a woman within the first couple of seconds, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to basically figure out what topic is going to make her the most interested. Because me as a stranger, I must respect the boundaries that I am a fucking stranger, right? I mean, I'm not the most charming guy in the world. I mean, I am pretty fucking charming, but it just is, the fact of the matter is this is going to make me more charming, right? Being able to get on the same page that she's on and talk about something that is genuinely intriguing to both of us, right? Because again, this is another thing I find crazy. It's not that I don't like to read books. I just ain't a big book reader. But that doesn't mean that one of the authors of one of the book that she read, or the topic of the book that she reads, is not interesting. And even if I'm not the type to like mystery or Law and Order or no shit like that, maybe I can still delve on that topic. And that's the key of becoming attractive, is being able to touch on a topic even if you don't like it. Because remember, it takes two people to tangle in a relationship. So a lot of time, what I notice, a lot of the women are open to get crushed, but it's a lot of the guys, we don't always know how to get on that same wavelength or even delve into certain topics. Like, so by me having little book reading experience, most guys are just opt out and be like, okay, you like to read, okay, cool, 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 and then change the topic. Fuck, you fucked up, right? Because now she's not trusting you. She's like, okay, why would he bring that up? And then now he just want to talk about like Chick-fil-A new opening or some shit. But it's better to have at least 5 minutes, 3 minutes to talk about what she's interested in, and really, really be genuinely interested too. Like, I don't have to read books for me to see that books are cool. I just have to talk to you and see how interested you are about it by reading your emotional or energy acuity, and ask a couple open-ended questions like, when did you start reading books? What made you get into that though? What's so cool about, what really grinds your gears about mystery? And just listen. She's going to spill a lot of information, and that's what all communication is about. And all I have to do is listen, and then I can take what she gives, and then I could either keep it in small talk. And this is like riding a car and shifting the gears. I could keep it in small talk, I could take it to medium talk, or I could take it to big talk. Problem is, most guys take it to big talk too fast. So that can also, in my opinion, make a woman very disinterested, because like, you're a stranger, you want to keep things light, especially on the approach or when you're first meeting a woman. So you keep things light by keeping it from neutral to small talk. So you want to obviously use the chessboard analogy, a little flirtation, a little teasing, a little bantering, but then shift it back to just regular small talk. So you navigate between those two. You get to the big talk when y'all are sitting down, or y'all are eating food, or y'all are on a date, or y'all are in some different type of dimension, like later on, right? When y'all are dating and shit. But when you're first meeting a woman, you're keeping it light and lighthearted, because you really want her to just basically see you as a breath of fresh air. So don't make things too personal. But her HP, and remember, I think people have many different HPs, right? Hooking points, right? Like, I can talk for hours about YouTube, then I could talk hours about dating, then I could talk hours about basketball even. I don't even play basketball no more, but if I'm around the right person who asks the right questions about basketball, then I'm going to go into that bag and start to talk about that shit. So hooking points are very important. And again, you want to look at the tone of voice, the facial acuity, the emotional acuity, the energy acuity, and the body language acuity. All of these will give away how interested somebody is in something. Now, there's probably some other subtle signs that I'm not bringing up, but I covered the bases and the things that work for me and that could get anybody started in HPing a woman, hooking, pointing a woman, because this is more in the small talk realm, right? Like I said the other day, I went to the library. I literally did ask a female, the librarian actually. She was helping me do something with a form and print something, and I seen she had a book on her desk, and I'm like, okay, she's a librarian. She has a book on her desk. I'm like, oh, you into reading books? So technically, I asked a question that perfectly went into her hooking point, and the way she responded, which I told y'all before, was very, very, it was like she responded with this quirky response, like, that's a loaded question. I like that. Da, da. The interest was there, like in the body and then the tone and then things. Um, Now at that time, I was just getting a little bit attuned to the February method and um, HP hooking points. So I was just trying it out. But I'm gonna be honest, like it's so easy, especially when you get on the phone with a woman. I mean, anything. You could be texting a woman, you could be voice, anything. You're just aiming to hook like a fisherman. I'm aiming to hook. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hook without throwing your wire into the water. And the way you throw your wire into the wire is your actual voice. It's you actually fishing for answers. And the beautiful thing about this is she's gonna like you if she feels like you like her. And when she feels like you're aiming to understand her better or know her more, she's naturally gonna be like, okay, well, he's giving me that energy that I need. And it's subconscious, right? It's subconscious, and like I said, real men don't give up so easy. So a hooking point gives you that umph that a lot of y'all need in order to get across the street. Because a lot of y'all, I know, for me personally too, like I'm not a big talker growing up, so it'll make me definitely just standoffish. Like even girls that I like had crushed, like that crushed on me, like I wouldn't even talk to them that much. I wouldn't really be no hooking points or none of that. Like unless you became my girlfriend or something, like, but it'd just be like small talk, and it'd be very, very small, like, we'll laugh and talk about like stupid shit, but I would never have a consciousness of like, okay, I'm about to leave this here, so we can make a better connection. I would kind of live in the moment as a young brother and keep things just what seemed to be natural. But like as I get older, I realized like I could got away with a lot more, did a lot more had I known how to lead and conduct things in a certain direction. And hooking points is all about that. It's about reading the room, reading, and it's so easy because people are every day making time for their hooking point one way or another. Look at someone's Instagram or Facebook and look at what they post. The hooking point is gonna be the last post. What the fuck they talked about? But people don't talk about shit they're not fixated on. So the proof is in the pudding and it's right in your face. All you really have to do is bring it up or say like, oh, you like to, you're into Jordans. Da, 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 da. She's gonna naturally like you because she's gonna be like, oh, this guy's not stupid. He's not blind and deaf and dumb like the rest of them. Common sense ain't so common. This is exactly one of them cases and points. So it's right in your face. But when you get this skill down, February method plus HP. So you got FEB, tone, face, emotion and energy, body language. So if I say that this weather ain't so good out here, is it? And then her body leans towards me. Maybe she's interested in me, but also maybe she's interested in the weather. Maybe that's some shit that she don't mind talking about. You know what I'm saying? And remember, I could quickly tease her about whatever the fuck she say. So when she starts giving you information, is what you want to pay attention to. Oh, my son told me that it was gonna rain and I didn't believe him, blah 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 blah. Take that. Okay, she got a son. Okay, She, you know, da 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 da. You just got to use your brain with this shit, man. I can't even explain it, but because there is a part of it that is very much intuition, and then there's a part of it that's very much structured. So it's like I'm leading while being open and listening, but I'm also still thinking about the chessboard analogy because I want to quickly escalate things to teasing or kino, maybe some touch, some type of. I want to take things somewhere, and that's what women know that real men always do. They never just let things just be what the fuck it is. Either if I like you, it's a mission and a must that I must take things up somewhere. Now, if I just plan on being your friend and keeping you as a souvenir woman, then that's different. I mean, like, okay, I'm just literally just having a conversation with you. But even in a friendship analogy, you still want to take things somewhere, typically to some type of going out to eat, or still some type of date or link up, or some type of event, or some type of uh, Instagram close or something. So this hooking point shit really does matter. It could be again scenario, or it could very much be in the dating scenario. So um that's all I really want to say. I thought I had more to say before I turned this camera on, but I guess I'm just freestyling it right now and just. But yeah, hooking points is important, bro. It's also associated with the night.